Hey yo, word up. It's your man, KGM, KG Money. I'm back at it again. Y'all been looking for me? Here I am. Yeah, what's good, people? It's a beautiful day. It's a lovely day. Grateful to be alive. And I hope you are too. Yeah, so today, man, we're going to talk about positive and negatives. And we're going to relate this with the mathematical equation or the mathematical symbol, the negative, the dash, the horizontal line, and the positive, the plus, the vertical line slashing the horizontal line. So this is my concept. So yeah. So now, if you look at the earth, disclaimer, man, a nigga might be sweating a little bit. Y'all bear with me, because like I said before, I'm in the desert. Sometimes, man, the AC's just, it's how we're living. So, the earth in its natural state is negative. So, for you to be positive, for you to achieve a positive state of living, positive state of mind, you have to be intentional. And what's the intentional? You being intentional is that vertical line slashing the negative, the horizontal line. Because as you can see, it's horizontal. So the earth is easy, just dash, 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 dash. So that's the state of the earth. For you to achieve positivity, you have to be intentional with the vertical line slashing through. This is my idea. This is my thoughts. Because, like I said before, success is not guaranteed, but struggle is. Or let me say the other way. Struggle is guaranteed, but success is not. So with that being said, let's look at it, right? You wanna start a business. You have to be intentional. To achieve success in your business, you have to be intentional about your profits. Customer care, your inventory and all that. You have to be intentional. Consistency. So you be intentional about these things and being consistent about it, you achieve success. So that's the vertical line slashing the horizontal line. Because now you've made your intentions. You're intentional. You've exerted your will. So the vertical line slashes. Then you experience breakthrough. When it slashes, you achieve positivity, and they call it experiencing breakthrough. Right? So that's business. Let's talk about health. Like I said, the earth in its natural state is negative. A human being, you're just living. You don't care. It's negative. If you're not intentional about your actions, you're going to struggle. You're going to live a horrible life. So you have to be intentional, right? So now we're talking, so in terms of health, you got to be intentional. You got to wake up in the morning. You got to shower. You got to brush your teeth, unless you're going to have bad teeth. Your body's going to decay if you don't shower. You got to be conscious about the food you eat, what goes into your body. You want to have a nice body structure, you got to be conscious. You got to be intentional about your diet, about working out. You understand? So you got to do these things. You got to be intentional about the time you eat, how you eat, what you eat, and your workout process. You got to be intentional. So you be intentional, you achieving the body structure that you want, the healthy lifestyle. That is the vertical line slashing the horizontal line. You got to be intentional. Let's look at something else. So when we talk about positivity, when I talk about positivity, the plus sign, the vertical line slashing the horizontal, when you write in, if you feel like, damn, I made a mistake, I made an error, or this shit is not right. What do? You cancel it out. You cancel it out. So now you canceling it out, that is you making strides in the struggle, because you're bound to fail. You're gonna fail. But that shouldn't stop you. You gotta keep going. So you're canceling it out. So if you cancel it out, so that's you canceling out the negativity. But if you look at the cancellation line, it's slanting. Right? It's slanting. So that's like, okay, you're making strides, but you gotta start all over. You're not there yet. So that's you falling, start all over again. So now it's not slanting. So by the time you cancel out, you start writing again. So by the time you get it right, now the line now is vertical. So now the vertical now is slashing the horizontal line. So that is a breakthrough. Breakthrough. Because now you have the vertical line. You don't have the slanting vertical line. You have the straight vertical line breaking through, slashing. Because if you look at it, when you're canceling out, you're coming from underneath. Cancel. But when you join the vertical line, you're coming from the top. So you're slashing. That's a breakthrough. Right? Okay. Man, it's so hot. So we don't talk about business. We don't talk about health. So now your thoughts. Even with your thoughts, you got to be intentional about your thoughts. Right? You got to be intentional, because think about it. When you're thinking, different things are coming at you. Different thoughts are coming at you. So now you got to filter out. You got to filter the negative thoughts. Because most of the time it's negative. Most of the thoughts is negative. It's not productive thoughts. You're not thinking stuff that's going to help you, that's going to progress your life. So you're just thinking many things. You're not focused on what you're supposed to be focused on, because these are just thoughts. It's free. It's just coming. So now you got to be intentional even about your thoughts. You got to filter out the negative ones and concentrate on the productive ones. So you're doing that and achieving that state of mind where you can think, where you can block out the negative thoughts and focus on the positive ones. That's the vertical line, slashing the horizontal. Those are your thoughts. So now let's take it back to the creation of the earth. So now we got the Big Bang Theory. How does the Big Bang, how does it go? There's a singularity, everything is compacted together in one tiny, very tiny, everything, gravity, matter, antimatter, neutrons, photons, electrons, everything compacted together. Very tiny. Then there's an explosion, then expansion. So in the midst of this, after this explosion, expansion, that's the expansion now is the galaxy. Galaxy is forming. Expansion is going faster than the speed of light. Now, like I said, there's a singularity, extreme heat. Because what could have caused the explosion? Extreme heat. So this explosion, there's the expansion now that is going on. What happens? The galaxies are forming. Then after millions of years, like 350 million years, now the expansion is going on. There's a cooling process. Because for things to take form, there has to be a cooling process. So during this cooling process, after millions, hundreds of millions of years, now the stars are formed. The stars. And these stars now, in the midst of this expansion, there's light, but everything is opaque. There's no transparency. So these stars are able to create light that was able to penetrate. It's a long story. So now, the stars are created. Billions of years later, humans are created. That's the Big Bang Theory. So now, but me now, I'm leaning towards the biblical story. So, because even before the singularity, what was existing before the singularity? The singularity, so he just came on his own. We don't know. Okay. So the story of the Bible, the earth was formless, shapeless. Then God came. The earth was formless, shapeless. There was water everywhere. Then God came. But if you think about it, okay, it was formless, it was shapeless. But who left it in the formless state? Where did God come from? If you try to think about it, it's incomprehensible. But if you can think of something, man, put it in the chat. So where did God come from? So the earth was formless, it was shapeless. Then God came and put everything in order. Let there be light. There was light, separated the water from land. the water above, the water beneath, right? So that happened, puts everything in structure. The structure is together. Now we got the earth. The earth is suspended in space, spinning on its axis around the sun. It's just there in space. There's some form of energy holding it together. There's gravity and all that. So now God doing that, that's the vertical line slashing the horizontal, because the earth was formless and shapeless. There was nothing, but God came, put everything in structure. It looks good to the eyes. It feels good. So now, him doing that, that's the vertical line slashing the negative state. Now we got humans. Humans now, we are created into the earth. The earth is wild, wilderness, jungle. So now, we had to learn, we had to evolve over the years, over the centuries. Now look at what we got. We got these technological conveniences that we got. So we're doing all this, evolving, making these inventions, surviving through the dark ages, the dark age, the ice age, and all that. That is the vertical line slashing. Because now we've manipulated our surroundings to our benefit. So now, for us to achieve this, we had to be intentional. So that is the vertical line slashing the negative. I'm sure by now you grab the concept. The plus sign, because it's not just a sign. The earth is negative, slanting, horizontal, dash. Now the plus vertical line comes and slash. Intentionality, breakthrough. You have to be intentional to achieve the state of living. So now we don't talk about that. So now I'm gonna end the video right here. Then we're gonna get to the part 2. All right, see y'all. Peace.